Hello there, I'm Farmer Brad, and I just wanted to get a live stream under my belt and use this OBS software. So as you can see to my left here, I have the incubator hatching some eggs, and well, I just started them in the incubator. Let me go to the full screen so you can get a better view. There they are. Now they'll spend about 23 days in there. And I've had great success with the Brenza incubator. It holds 7 eggs. And you can also do duck eggs, and I think there's an adapter to be able to do quail eggs. But it's basically a set it and forget it type of thing. Now there towards the end you'll have to do add some moisture. There's a little reservoir on the side, but yeah, let me turn it around for the reservoir. Right here is a reservoir that you can add water, and that helps with the humidity. Then on the top there is a timer, and it takes care of everything for you. Now if you're wondering what camera am I live streaming in our basement kitchen / studio, it's WiseCam. WiseCam recently added RS real-time streaming protocol to their camera. Now unfortunately it's not part of their main branch. So if you want to use it, you have to use a special version of their firmware, and at this time they are not allowing for they are not, oh, I think I froze. They are not allowing for that version of the firmware to receive updates of new features. So one of the features that they added to the WiseCam was person detection. Now what's amazing about it is that they ran a whole bunch of AI tests, and they actually loaded the AI algorithm on the camera itself, and I think that's called Edge AI. But let's see. I think I can. Oh, it just rotated. Let me switch over to it so you can see the eggs rotating right now. They do that automatically. That's pretty cool that we actually were able to catch it live on the live stream. Yeah, so let me go back to here. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, so back to what I was saying is that the AI solution is actually on the camera. Now, there's been some mention that they're not able to have both real-time streaming protocol and the AI features. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully down the road they'll either come out with a version 3 of the hardware camera that can handle both, or they'll slim down their solution. see. What else is happening? Well, right now our well pump is not working. So today I went over to the land bridge where the upper pond is spring fed and water's always flowing. So I was able to add water to buckets and then use that to water the animals. The rest of the family's at my grandmother's, just chilling, and so I'm here, going to be taking care of the animals, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get the well fixed tomorrow. There's a guy coming to check it out. And good thing is, as far as I know, it's under warranty. So tonight I was going to review a smart plug, Wi-Fi smart plug, but I just wanted to get a good live stream under my belt first before complicating anything. So if you're here in the chat, can you give a shout out in the chat so I can know you're here? Also, let me know if the audio levels are okay. Our internet isn't that great, so there may be some buffering issues. But I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening. If you have any questions, put them in the chat and I'll try my best to respond to them. Let's see. The other night I took the sheep shelter and got it out on pasture. Now the sheep shelter is where I took a 10 by 20 foot chicken tractor that I made out of carport and I ended up cutting it in half. Because my goal this year with raising pasture poultry was that I could pull the chicken tractors by myself, so I wouldn't have to fire up a tractor. Because on Saturday mornings, firing up a tractor got old, and if the tractor wasn't working, then it would be very problematic. I got the sheep shelter out on pasture. Then the next step will be moving water trough over there, and then I'll be having to add some more poly wire for their paddock, and so far I don't have it exactly where I need to because Marshall, our livestock guardian dog, still has a tendency of getting out. So I gotta fix that before I put the sheep over there. But the goal is that they don't have to go into the barn. They'll use that sheep shelter in order to stay out of the elements. I can also put some hay there, and then I can separate the sheep so that they don't breed with the wrong ones. Because right now I have 2 rams from 2 different bloodlines, and then a ewe who had a lamb ewe, and one of the rams is a brother to the adult ewe. So I'll breed her again with the other ram, and then the lamb ewe I hope to eventually be able to breed with the uncle. And then that's the makings of being able to grow your flock on your own. You just need 2 rams from 2 different bloodlines and a ewe. And we lucked out this last fall that the lamb that we had was a ewe. And then eventually the goal is that that if we have too many rams, then we'll sell some of the rams off to be able to pay for the hay for the winter to get through. But I have a 5-year goal of being able to get my mowing down to under an hour. And we have about 8 acres. And some of that acreage is taken up by 2 ponds, but That's an eventual goal. So I guess I'll end this. If you have any questions after this live stream, feel free to put it in the comments. Oh, the other thing, let me go grab the chicken water bucket. I'll be back. I'm back. Here we have the automatic chicken water bucket, and a lot of you have probably seen this online. This is what I make and sell to be able to do what I do on the farm. Now last summer of 2018, I ended up redesigning this. There were some customer complaints that the garden hose adapter being directly on the float valve caused too much tension. So I came across quick connects and reverse osmosis hose, and these are really nice. So what you can do is take your finger and push on that, and that releases it, and then put it back on. So let's say you have 2 chicken water buckets and you only want to use one garden hose adapter. What you do is you just cut it here, and then if you purchase 2 automatic chicken water buckets, I will automatically give you a splicer. So that way you can have the water go here and to another automatic chicken water bucket. The other thing I did was the old one had the vertical water nipples on the bottom, and I wanted to have a premium product, so I wanted to use the best stuff out there. So I went with the horizontal water nipples, and what's nice about those is that now it allows you to sit the chicken water bucket on a cinder block. Or if during the winter time when you're manually refilling it because of water freezing, then you're able to sit it down on the ground if the bucket becomes too heavy. That really comes into play when you're dealing with the 3.5 gallon version. Now I do offer water cups versions where you can have 2 or 4 water cups. I just recommend that to not try to use the water cups during the winter. One thought that I had was you might be able to, on the inside, put duct tape so that the water doesn't go to the water cups if you have a 2 water cup, 2 horizontal water nipple setup. Then the other feature on here is this removable cap. I just have it taped down so it doesn't get lost in shipping or misplaced, but this keeps the chicken poo from getting in your water, and it also allows the air to vent out. So there's a float valve inside of here that will refill automatically. There it is. And so this air, when the water comes in, the air needs to escape. So this little cap, there's enough gap around it that air can come out. Now during the winter time, you can take a heated element and feed it through the cap, the electrical cord, feed it through there, and then you just manually refill the water during the winter time. And so that's where a 3.5 gallon version would be better, is if you're in a cold climate and having to refill it, 3.5 gallon one, you won't have to refill it as often. I recommend the Farm Innovators C50. I think it's 150 watts, and since these water nipples are so close to the edge of the bucket, they really don't freeze. It creates enough warmth in the water. that it doesn't freeze. Now the buckets, some people recently have been having some issues getting it open. I typically ship it so that the bucket lid is not completely on. That way people can open it up, check out some of the pamphlets inside, the instructions. I've also partnered with Farm to Consumer Legal Defense Fund. I put their flyers in here. They've been a great resource for our farm, helping to navigate the legal ramifications of having a farm and government oversight. The membership that I have, I think, is like $200 a year, and they give you access to very amazing lawyers. They end up making me look really smart, being able to fill out some of the forms and articulate things way beyond my vocabulary and legal understanding. So definitely check out Farm to Consumer Legal Defense Fund. You might have seen some promotions. Joel Salatin, he's a big backer of that. And then Brent's products. There's a flyer in here for different size incubators. And if you have a company that you think would be a good fit for putting a flyer in the bucket, you can go to farmerbrad.com/advertising. Let me put that in the chat right now. Or it's advertise, I think. Let's see. And that will bring up all of the different options that I offer for advertising. You can have 3, 6 months, an entire year of footer ad space down on the bottom, and you get monthly reports with how many impressions and how many clicks per month your ad received. I also have options for putting it on the main carousel for the main page, and also product reviews. If you have any questions about that, send an email to me at the email address of brad@farmerbrad.com, and then just mention I'd like to advertise. And right now we're getting about 2,000 visitors per month to my website, somewhere local, but really with the automatic chicken water bucket sales, it's all over the United States as far as people coming through. And that automatic chicken water bucket has been viewed and reviewed by several SSL YouTubers. SSL Family Dad, Arms Family Homestead, Texas Boys, Jake from White House on the Hill, and let's see, the Crockers. I sent one to them, and let's see. I feel like I'm missing one other. Oh, Homesteady. Yeah, I sent him an original version, and then also the Mighty Micro Chicken Water, which people have really wanted me to make that again. Let me see if I have a version of it down here in the basement. I'll be back. Okay, so I did find this in my little workshop. Now this is the Mighty Micro chicken water, and it's missing the garden hose adapter. But the basic idea is it has a float valve inside there. It's super compact. It has two holes up here for breathing purposes, and then it has water cups down here. It can also have the horizontal water nipples. Now, how you mount this, the main use for this I came up with is for in chicken tractors. Some place where you don't have a lot of space and you end up using these those straps that you tighten with the screw, and then you mount that against the side. And what's nice too is like you can adjust the height because you're just placing it in with strapping in there. Now Homesteady, when he used one of these, he said that it worked great for in the brooder, especially with these cups for ducklings starting off. It helped minimize the mess and stuff. So if I was to bring this back, what features would you guys want? Of course, instead of the garden hose adapter being on there, I would incorporate the reverse osmosis hose and make that. But the biggest thing with this was it just took too long to make. And if I bring it back, I want it to be an amazing product. So one thought that I had was this doesn't hold very much water. And if, so I'm thinking of going to the 6-inch pipe and make it in such a way that if someone wanted to, they could put a water nipple for a pig on it and use it at the fair. And what's nice about these with the float valves is that they're also compatible if you have a gravity-fed water reservoir, because there's really no pressure on these. It's just the water that's in here. And then the garden hose adapter ends up taking care of keeping the water from overfilling it and spilling it out. So in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are about me bringing back the Mighty Micro chicken water. I really haven't seen anything else out there like this, and people have been searching for it on my website and stuff, and there seems to be a lot of demand for it. The biggest thing is just trying to find the time to be able to build them, and also make sure that they are solid and good, because I'm putting my name on the product, and so customer service is very important to me. I want to be able to field any calls or any questions and have absolute certainty that I'm going to be able to resolve their issue over the phone. And if I'm not, then I end up sending them out the parts to remedy the situation, or I send them a new one. Because my thought is, you know, the cost of putting out fires, I don't want to even deal with it, so I want to make sure that every customer is happy. Now, you'll notice this outside one broke, but yeah, this one isn't going out. But yeah, so I'm going to wrap it up unless anyone has any questions. Thanks for watching. I think we had 2 viewers. Let's see if the incubator has turned anymore. Let's see. Is it going to come up? There we go. So yes, I put them in there today, so they still have some time. But yeah, I forgot. If you are interested in an automatic chicken water bucket, make sure to go to farmerbrad.com/bucket auto. And in the notes, mention, and when you check out, mention that you heard about it on the live stream, and I may be able to give you a slight discount if you mention that. And what other? Oh, coming up the end of July. Oh, hey, the busy little house. Thanks for chiming in here. I did also want to mention that um, August, beginning of August, end of July is when I plan on releasing the final plans for the Peterson chicken tractor. Right now, you can pre-order them for I think it's $333 or something like that. But I built 2 of them this year. Let's see. I think the URL is farmerbrad.com/chicken tractor, and you can go ahead and pre-order and save. I think when I launch them, they're going to be probably about $10 for plans. But the thing I liked about it was that they're built mostly with 2x3 boards, so it ends up being lighter, and it's light enough that I can move it. It costs probably about $135 to $145 to build. I'm still working on the plan, so I'll have to reassess how much I built. But I have a tendency of overbuilding things, so because if I have the time to build it, I want to make sure that it lasts. And then, so I came across these plans in a Facebook group, Pasture Poultry Facebook group. I don't remember how many people are in there, and this member named Lisa Peterson, she had a cut sheet and pictures of the chicken tractor, and so I asked her, with her permission, would that be okay if I made a 3D rendering and try to make more complete plans to be able to sell. So any plans that I sell, she'll get a royalty for that, since it wasn't my idea, and I'd like to help sort of get the name out there of the Peterson chicken tractor, to be able to go neck and neck with John Siskovich or the Salatin. It's very similar to the Salatin, but what's nice about it is that it has a tarp roof, and you can easily access the birds at any point. Now on harvest day, what I do is I have a 2-foot by 8-foot piece of plywood that during bad weather I can screw it to the front of it to give additional protection. But during harvest I can put it in the middle, and then I'm only having to deal with 4 feet by 8 feet instead of the whole chicken tractor. And the first time that I harvested any birds, I think 17 birds hopped up, and I had them in the transport crate before I had even left, or even had to step into the chicken tractor. One would like hop up, or it'd be close by, and I'd be able to grab it. So I really like that. And then then another cool feature about it is it has roost bars that are up off the ground a little bit, so they actually help train the birds during the move. It sort of bumps them a little bit, keeps them from getting trapped under the back. Now I did have a couple deaths from the chicken tractor, but that was mainly because I was in a hurry and wasn't really taking the time that I needed to, and it was kind of early on for them to learn about that. But there towards the end, I would like flip up one side to feed, and then there'd be a few Cornish cross birds just sort of roosting on the edge there, looking over at me, making sure that I was feeding them right and stuff, and that they got their portion. And they seemed to not really hop out and stuff. Um, But okay, so this is about the third time that I've said that I'm going to end the live stream. This one I mean for real. But yeah, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm still working on trying to get it monetized to get up to 1,000 subscribers to be able to help pay for my endeavors. My day job is a web developer. So make sure to like and share those videos. I have videos about building a high tunnel. I have Katahdin sheep. I raise pasture-raised chickens. I also do chicken rental packages, make automatic chicken water buckets. I'm an entrepreneur and all of that. So thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your night. Bye.